Hey everyone, this is the day after I mounted the scope on the rifle. I went to the range today and gave it a shot, no pun intended. So, to the best of my ability, I zeroed the rifle out to 100 yards, and it took a little bit, and I guess I'm happy with it. It took me most of the session, which was about an hour, to get it right because I kept bringing the target back in, send it in, bring it in, see what happened, send it back out, um, take a couple more shots, make adjustments on the scope, take some shots, bring the target back in, see what happened, reload the magazine, send it back out, yada, 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 back and forth, back and forth. Um, I originally centered it to or zeroed it to 50 yards. And once that happened, I was like, well, let me take it out to 100. And then at that point, it should just be tweaking with the elevation, the height on it. So I took it out to 100, and it took a little of the back and forth at 100 yards, and kept adjusting uh, the vertical setting. I don't know if that has a. I'm sure that has a term. There's lots of terms. This whole culture industry has terms, many of which I don't know. So, but I was adjusting the horizontal or the vertical rather, and I think I got it pretty satisfactory. Considering I didn't have, all I had was the Caldwell tack driver bag that I used in the mounting. So I had that, but then I used one of the mounts or one of the stands that they had at the range to kind of lock in the back end, so that to some extent I could keep a consistent placement of the rifle. Um, I didn't have like a sled or any kind of a vise that locked everything in so that I could be that consistent. Um, I was able to get relatively consistent, and I was pretty happy with the results at 100 yards. I mean, I had groupings that maybe like 2 inches, and once I go back, I would like to see what I end up getting again. So I think at that point, with these 2 inch groupings, it's mostly just now me, aiming, pulling the trigger properly, making sure I have sufficient support and all that, so that the rifle isn't just veering just a little bit left or right or up and down as I pull the trigger. So, but I think I did pretty good. So here's those photos from today. So the pictures that I had circled in red, those were some of the 5 shot groupings I did at 100 yards. After I felt like, you know what, this is probably a zero, because I'm going to get it without locking this thing down and making sure it doesn't move at all. Um, which might have to happen, but I think just for my purposes, getting those results at 100 yards was fine with me. Other people might have opinions on that one, as they do. So I was pretty happy with that. I enjoyed working with the scope. It's pretty easy to use. Um, I can't wait to get back out to the range with it, new target, and see what I can do at 100 yards. It's really nice to be able to shoot at 100 yards after shooting at 25 with this rifle for so long. I've only had it for a couple months, if that, and just using the leaf sight alone, it was really difficult to shoot anything beyond 25, and it was even a little difficult to shoot at 25. Just because of the sight radius and lining up the sight radius, lining up the iron sights, and then lining that up in relation to something that's 25 yards away. It messes with your eyes, definitely. And it's not as easy to line it up. I mean, I got okay grouping at 25 with the leaf sight, I wasn't even going to try using it at 50. Definitely wasn't going to try at 100. That just would have been a waste of time and a waste of money. I mean, it's only 22s, but it just would have been a waste. I wouldn't have been happy with it. It would have been a bummer, to not really get good results. So I never tried it. So the fact that I was able to get satisfactory results at 100 yards, being a new shooter, makes me really happy. So success, right? Success. Just wanted to give you all an update on how it went, considering I just did the video on the scope mounting, and I was just able to take it out today to see how it went. So all in all, positive results.